A very good day to you. This is, of course, the Chat Trap with me, Jamie, right here on Relax Radio. Now, if you don't have our app as of yet, make sure that you do go get our app on your phone. And right now, what are you waiting for? It is available absolutely free of charge on iOS and Android. So make sure that you do get our app so that, it's super easy. You can take us with you wherever that you go. Now, it is the final few minutes of this show, the Chat Trap. We've had very interesting conversation today. We spoke of religion, we spoke of agnosticism, we spoke of atheism. I gave you a lot of different perspectives that exist out there. We spoke of, secularism as well. We tried to form an opinion whether it was good or bad, if it's positive or negative. And I did give you a lot of facts that were there out there as well. Now, what I want you to do is to try to acknowledge everything I said, acknowledge all the facts and other opinions that are out there, and formulate your own perspective. Okay. Now that I've given you so much background information, I've given you so much context to the topic of religion, to the topic of atheism and agnosticism and every belief and non-belief, whatever it is, because I've given you so much information. Now, what I want you to do is formulate your own opinions and make sure that at the end of the day, every single human being has a different opinion. And that's what makes us human. That's what makes us unique. It's absolutely okay to have a different opinion. Just make sure that you don't coerce your opinion or influence other people to believe your opinion. Understand that there are people out there that are not going to necessarily agree with your opinion, which is perfectly fine. Just remember that you always accept people for whatever they want or whatever they believe in. It's perfectly fine. Just make sure that you don't judge a person based on their belief, based on what they believe or not. Now, with that being said, I hope you had fun with the topic of discussion today. Now, before I leave, I do want to, give you a little bit of inspiration. Okay, this quote that I saw, I thought was absolutely amazing, which is why I wanted to share it with you. It goes something like this: "We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world." I'll say that again for your benefit. We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. Now, the reason why I absolutely love this quote is just because it goes to show or it proves to us how important our thoughts are. Now, your thoughts are solely your own. Obviously, you can be influenced by external parties, but one thing that I believe that that is your own and that is absolutely up to you to decide are your thoughts. Now, which is why I think we spoke about this earlier on. I told you how you have the power. You and you only have the power to be happy. Nobody else decides whether you're happy or not. It's your mentality, it's your thought process that decides if you're happy or not. Now, this is why I did want to talk about thoughts in general, okay? See, we've been talking about how every single person have different perspectives in life. Some of us see positive aspects of whatever happens, well, some of us keep blaming that life is always so hard and that life is unfair and that you don't have the best life ever. Now, why some sees beauty of the garden while some sees, I don't know, a dry waste land, okay, that is scattered along the way? Why do some of us change the circumstances around them and some of us change themselves as per circumstance? Now, that is something that I do actually want to talk about because the outer world, I believe, is merely a reflection of our inner world. So, everything that happens around you is only a reflection of what is going on within you. Because at the end of the day, if you are an adult, you absolutely have the power to choose your company, to choose your context, to choose your backgrounds and the people that you associate, and what you associate as a person on a day-to-day basis. How you feel, I believe, is how you see the world. We see life not as it is, but as we are. Now, that is one thing that I do want you to comprehend, that how we see life is not as it is, but as we are. So, one thing that I do want you to do is to stop blaming other people for things that aren't going right in your life, because at the end of the day, only you and your thoughts and you have the power to ensure a beautiful life. Okay, if you are stable internally, nothing in this outer world should be able to shake you. If you're happy internally, events outside, well, the negativity that is going on in the world is not going to affect you. If your happiness depends merely on external environment and people, you are going to struggle to find lasting happiness. Which is why I want to say that play the game of life as per your own rules. Stop responding to your surroundings, stop being dependent on events that you encounter or situations that you encounter to decide if you will have a good day or not. Now, the world is not the greatest of places. We face people that we don't like on a daily basis. We hear about incidents that are absolutely horrendous. We see things that we wish we didn't want to see, but that's just how it is. And that there's nothing that we can do to change everything that's going on. But the only thing that you can do is to ensure that your internal well-being, that your mental well-being is sound and is stable, so that you can get to that point where you won't let your external surroundings, whatever you hear, see, or experience, and you won't let that affect your well-being, personal well-being. Now, I know it's not easy, and I know this is so much easier said than done, basically, because not all of us have the power, or we are not in the right state of mind to look internally and talk about, our personal well being and our personal health. But that's okay, because what I want you to do is to ensure that your present circumstances don't determine where you can go. Understand this. Understand that your present circumstances simply determine where you start. Okay. um, don't become a slave of the circumstance you're in. Do not let that happen. When you feel like a victim, when things go out of control, I feel like every single person in this world is given problems they can handle. You are only given crosses that you can bear, and you are given issues as per your capacity. Okay, so next time when you do have a challenge in life, when a challenge appears in your life, think yourself more powerful than the problem. And like we started speaking about how powerful thoughts are, I promise you that you hold all the power in overcoming the challenges in your life. Now, I know this is not an easy process, like I just told you, but what I want you to do is try a little harder every single day. Now, today is not going to be perfect. It's going to be really hard for you to try to uh, manage your thoughts and manage your inner well being, but that's okay. Try a little harder tomorrow and a little bit more harder the day after. Make sure this is a process. Anything can become a habit. It only takes 27 days for you to develop a practice into a habit. So, for 27 days, I want you to ensure that you regulate the thought process that you go through, or the thoughts in your head. I want you to regulate it so that you will only think of, or you will only think positive thoughts. You will only think of power, and you will understand the power that you hold in your hands. Now, when you do that for 27 days, it's going to become a habit. It's going to come normally. But even if it doesn't, that's okay. Just keep trying, and I promise you that everything is going to get so much easier. Now, that's a motivation for me, Jamie, right here on Relax Radio. We have Nick coming up. He's going to keep you updated about everything real, all the real world struggles and everything that we're facing in the 21st century, in this day and age. So make sure that you keep yourself updated by listening to Nick on The Real Talk, coming right up next.